Sports with Blake.
On danblaketv on YouTube.
Sports with Blake, episode 4, Dani Glover. Dan Blake, jeez, good to see you, man. We're just rolling. It's podcast vibes, man.
Yeah, man.
Boxing.
Yeah, boxing and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Tell us about, you've been giving back, doing your thing, and you're even giving back to the community by sharing your boxing expertise, with your own YouTube channel, Fightfantvlive. Then you got the Neutral Corner podcast, and you're just building your community. How's that feeling to now be stepping out with all your knowledge and giving back and, and sharing and even enjoying some good moments with some of your favourite, boxers and sports stars? How's that feeling for you?
Yeah, it's very good, and it's very, what do you call it? Yeah, it's very, it's like, it's an achievement. Before, you talk with your local friends, you might be in the barbershop, people are talking about boxing, but I'm just hearing pure civilian jargon. I'm having to either just roll my eyes and not say nothing, or sometimes when they say something too wild, I'll have to jump in and interject and give them the master aficionado cloth talk on what's the facts. But yeah, I'll tell you how it all come about with the Fightfantvlive Live. That was my cousin's, Craig's friend, Lex. He started the Fightfantvlive Live page, and then shortly after I made a boxing page, but then we realized it'd be better to work together because most successful businesses and enterprises and even boxing channels, there's more than one person on it. Plus we were posting, we was kind of posting the same thing, like I might take an article from him, he might take one from me. So then Craig was like, you guys might as well just link up and do it together, man, because it just make more sense. And obviously, because I know, Lex is a cool guy. I'd been around him a few times, and I thought, yeah, what I mean. So from there, we become friends and business partners in the Fightfantvlive Live. And then from that, we were doing that for a couple of years, doing lives on Instagram, posts, YouTube stuff, using a thing called Ecamm, which is like Zoom and StreamYard, interviewing fighters from America and the UK. And then from there, we thought in 2022, we need to get a more professional setting of a podcast. And that's when we came up with the Neutral Corner. And then that's from there, we've been doing some episodes in the studio, doing some breakdowns of interviewing guests, or sometimes we'll just talk about the wrap-up of boxing from that week and previous week, and also reviewing what might be coming into the following week as well.
Yeah, let people know where they can, subscribe and watch the podcasts and the YouTube channel. Let people know.
Yeah, that's Fightfantvlive Live. We film weigh-ins, interviews. The Neutral Corner podcast episode 4 should be coming out this week. We've got a guest on this week as well for episode 5, and then the following week got another guest for episode 6. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Fightfantvlive. That's where you can get all the latest and greatest updates on news on boxing and combat sports, mainly boxing, but we do also touch on things like UFC, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and MMA. So, all that. Make sure you follow on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell button for all your notifications. Leave comments for interaction, get the algorithms flowing, hit the thumbs up button and show love, and make sure you do the same for Talking Sports with Blake, Dan Blake, and make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. Follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and all the rest.
Yeah, that's it. Big interviews, got a lot more coming, as we're saying. Got some episodes out right now. Nick Bright from EP5 Live. He's on there doing big things in Arsenal Fan Nation TV. Make sure you check out that big interview, exclusive. And also we got, Craig Richards in depth, talks about the big battle with Bivol and loads more. He's on the channel, a big sit down conversation, which was great. And now we're rolling through with a man like Dani Glover is here. So we've got some rolling, and we've got another episode. We're in the flesh right now doing it big. And I got some huge guests coming up, so just stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Subscribe, Dan Blake TV on YouTube. That's the one, Sports with Blake. But right now, let's take it back a little bit, because I also got another podcast called Voices with Blake. Big shout to Leon Haynes. There's one episode of that out now. He's an A&R at Polydor Records. He tells his life story. That's out on my YouTube channel, danblaketv. Check that out. Signing some of the biggest acts in the game, coming up from Brixton, early doors as a musician, not making it, but then turning his life around and becoming a huge A&R in the game. Salute to him. That's out now. So I'm waiting to get Dan on that one. Dani Glover, he can tell his life story on Voices with Blake. That's going to come soon. But we want to touch back a little bit to the Lynn Boxing Club, where you started training early days, because you used to be a professional boxer yourself. You was doing your thing in the amateur days, amateur boxing. Then you was doing your thing professionally. And then you trained at the Lynn, Old Kent Road. Tell us a bit about that, a little bit about that, man, experience,
Yeah, in Camberwell Green. So, first, how I got into that, I was 10 years old. I got introduced there by a neighbour who lived in the block behind me called Franklin. I used to see him running in the park. And
just to stop you, this Franklin, is he a trainer?
Yeah.
And he's in Ghana now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, big him up. Yeah.
Franklin Safo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, what? Because me and my brother used to see him running, and we were like, what's that? What are you running for? Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm a boxer. We're like, oh, is it? Because he never used to shadow box, he's running. He's just running in the park, home park in Lower Sydenham. And then we was like, oh, okay. So he started taking us on pads one day on the grass behind our block, and we didn't have no wraps on, so our knuckles started peeling, and it was stinging. And he was like, oh, don't worry. And then he took me down the Lynn. When I wanted to go with him, so he took me down the Lynn, and that's how I started training down there. Before that, I'd done a bit of training in Forest Hill swimming bars. It was on the road. ABC was being currently held there. Then they moved to Crofton Park, but then the first proper boxing club I went to was the Lynn AC, and then I was there for a couple of years. Ended up with a bit of injury, fluid on my knee. Come back when I was 14, and then from there, then I started having some bouts, and I had 43 amateur fights, and then I was training with the professionals, sparring up the Peacocks, being trained by Tunde Ajayi. I was meant to go pro, I didn't go pro. It's one of those lifelong regrets. I should have done it, because I believe I could have achieved something, but but now.
What weight division were you at?
I was welterweight. And then sometimes I'd fight light middle, but mainly really welterweight. That's where I was established. And now it's good to see that Craig Richards is, taking the baton and gone, full steam ahead. So I can live vicariously through him, and what he achieves, I'm achieving. What you achieve, I achieve, champ. What you win, I win, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Come on, you know what it is. So man, I love what Craig's doing. Very focused and dedicated, because that was a bit of one of my problems was discipline. I would always blow up and down in weight. You'd see me one minute I'm looking like James Tony Ricky Hatton, next minute I'm looking like D'Angelo and Peter Andre in his prime in Mysterious Girl. So it was a good time. I boxed loads of people, sparred loads of people, and my name's out there. People, they recognise I was in the boxing fraternity.
And I heard, doing some research, I heard that at one of your early, I believe it was one of your early fights, a certain Frank Bruno and Mike Tyson came to watch you.
Yeah, that was in the middle of sort of like the middle-ish of my career. Frank Bruno and Mike Tyson was in attendance at one of our fights when I boxed on a Hove ABC show, and what's his name? Scott Welch. He was in attendance as well. You might remember him from Snatch.
Yeah,
the film Snatch, the big guy with a beard. And I got a picture with Mike Tyson, autograph with Tyson and Bruno, and their autographs as well, which is at my dad's somewhere. People don't even rate autographs anymore, but listen, them type of autographs you need to keep. So yeah, I'm very. That was a very proud moment in my life, especially when Mike Tyson, told me that I'm a great fighter. When he told me that, then that was my blue tick before Instagram.
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on the legacy of both fighters? Frank Bruno first.
A British boxing legend, a British icon with every household, grandmothers, babies, mothers, fathers, church people, your milkman, your paper round boy, they all know him. Do you know what I mean? He's the darling of Britain. HP Sauce, you know what I mean, Frank. You know what I mean, Harry. And he won a world title. He beat the man who knocked out Lennox Lewis and gave him his first loss in Oliver McCall. He went in there with the best, fought Bone Crusher Smith, terrible Tim Witherspoon, Mike Tyson twice. Lennox Lewis was winning until he got fatigued and got caught. Oliver McCall. So you can't say someone like Frank Bruno just had a padded record or ducked tough challenges, because he went in with all the big boys, and there weren't no funny, I need more money, and all these funny negotiations and back and forths. He got in there and he had it, win, lose or draw. So big respect to Frank. And regarding Mike Tyson, well, he's like the Hulk Hogan of boxing. He transcended sports. There's three big Michaels in our lifetime that we know. That's Michael Jackson, that's Michael Jordan, and that's Michael Tyson. So, the baddest man on the planet. He was going into WWE, crossing over. Even now when you see him, he's terrifying. He's shadow boxing, hitting the bag. You're thinking, oh my gosh. Even the youngest heavyweight champion at 20 years old, he couldn't even get into an over 21s nightclub. But can you imagine if I was on the door and I tried to refuse him, what would happen to me? It would be all over. So it's just crazy when you think about someone that young, with it beating big grown men at heavyweight. That's like a 20-year-old now coming out, taking out Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, a 20-year-old. It's not going to happen. So, legend. Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. I love that era of boxing. I just feel like it was just a tough time, and the fighters were just gaming. It was all fighting each other. It was just an explosive time for boxing them times. But it's good to feel like boxing in the heavyweight division. It's having its second win right now with that kind of energy. I just want to see a bit more of those top fights and, get down to business and just find out who's going to be undisputed and let's get this thing going, But I want to salute Frank Bruno. If you don't know, first time on Sports with Blake podcast, I'll give you the exclusive, but that's what we do here. I'm actually doing the audio book for Frank Bruno for his book called 60 Years of Fighter, which is out now. Make sure you go get that in all your bookstores. But I'm going to be doing the Audible version, so you'll hear that on your Audible stores, your Amazon stores. You make sure you go and get that when it's out. I'll definitely keep you posted on the Sports with Blake podcast when that's going to be available. But it's definitely a great read if you read, and if you just like listening to books and just want to hear a voice. But I hope I can help you through that experience and I do it justice. And definitely I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing it. I'm about 10 chapters in at the moment, so we're wrapping up the book soon. A couple of weeks' time, the book will be wrapped up, and look forward to the release. And yeah, my first audio book, 60 Years of Fighter, Big Frank Bruno.
Come on, you know what it is.
Come on, shout out to Frank. You know what though? I just want to say that credible life story. You know what I mean? Like, when you're talking about those fights you mentioned, Oliver McCall, Tim Witherspoon, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson twice, epic battles and epic stories behind them. And there was a lot going on in his life around those fights. And when you read 60 Years of Fighter, or when you listen to it through Audible and you hear my beautiful voice, but you'll definitely take something away from the book that you may never even knew that was going on around the same time, the fight was going on, because a lot has been revealed in depth within the book, about what was going on around those fights, because, in boxers, there's a lot going on in the life around the fight. sometimes you see some of the stuff in the media, but you don't sometimes see the full picture, you know. So definitely the book will definitely do justice when you read or you listen to it. So yeah, get that 60 Years of Fire, Frank Bruno. Legendary stuff, man. That was someone I remember. I was fortunate enough to have a quick chat with him on Zoom before I started the book, and we were talking about Ghana, Jamaica. You know what I mean? We just vibes in. You know what I mean? And he's a very talkative person as well. He's a man who will ask you loads of questions as much as you ask him. We're just having a chat, and him just even talking about. I remember mentioning the moment when he beat Oliver McCall, because I remember, you know, when sometimes you have tunnel vision back to a moment in your life that never leaves you. So that was one of my moments that made me love boxing, was when, as you were saying, he was so relatable to different demographics, and I was a little boy at the time. I can't remember. I think the year. I was a little boy at the time. I was watching it on TV. All I remember is that fight was one of the hardest survival fights. Oliver McCall was still coming towards the end, and he held on, and he won. He won the fight. But I remember when his name was announced, and I say it in the book, and I say it in that same style. Yeah. And the new heavyweight, you know, I say it with the same energy in the book, you know. And then the music. You know, the Britannia.
I believe that was in 1995.
95. And the Britannia music.
Britannia.
The Royal Britannia music. And I even sung it to him like that, and he just laughing.
Yeah, with all the confetti coming down.
Yeah, then all the confetti come down, and he got lifted into the
by
air.
Nigel Benn,
the Glory.
Prince Nassim Hamid jumping up and down, pointing,
and you know
with his
what I mean?
beige suit on.
And he's tired, like he's there, he's happy, he's got a little cheeky grin. And I'm like, that moment there, that summed up boxing for me, what it's all about, man. Glory, pain, sweat and tears, years of hard work, dedication to his craft, coming back after losing time after time, and then coming back and being glorious and becoming world champion, and then kind of just signing out when it was good and when it was cool, you know what I mean? And still being a household name to this day. So I just trying to give Frank Bruno his flowers, you know what I mean? And big respect to my guy, Frank Bruno. Big up yourself, man. And it's an honor, with all my heart, it's an honor to be able to do your audio book as my first audio book. Incredible.
And I'm really looking to that. I'm very proud that you're doing that. It's a big move and a huge weight on your shoulders, because this is a man. You've got to come correct, because the British public, they're going to be looking. But I know you're going to be doing a great job. And as you said, with the blood, sweat and tears from Frank Bruno, you know, coming back from adversity, losses, time after time, and then come back and did finally achieve his dream on the 4th world title attempt, beating Oliver McCall. That there is just, it signifies one of my main quotes in persistence beats resistance. You know where it is.
Yeah, man. Hey, big up, bro. Yeah, man. Just a quick one now before we sign out. Super Bowl, halftime show. Super Bowl, incredible vibes. But I just want to talk about the halftime show. So we went with Dr. Dre. He's brung out all-star cast. He's got a big, nice football team of musicians ready to go, ready to fire up onto the stage. So he's had the likes of Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, little Tupac piano solo that people thought that was going to be a Tupac hologram come out at that moment. Like, yeah, what do we have here now? But it never happened like that. What's your thoughts on the performance before I tell you mine, man? What's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, 50 Cent as well. Yeah,
50, of course. On my bad, big up 50.
Yeah.
Why did they have him like the other? Why did they like have him the other side around? Was that was from the video?
That's from the original video.
But he was getting memed about that like crazy. He just looked odd this time. I don't think it banged like it should have. I don't know.
Yeah, because of he's I don't know, maybe with the pandemic, the gyms may have been closed, so he's put on a bit of weight.
Oh, is that what the meme was?
Yeah, that he's looking a bit, more like a $1.50 than 50 cent, looking more like $1.
Crispy cent, yeah.
Crispy. Yeah, he's looking more like $1 than 50.
Because
Yeah, he was looking big.
That's what the meme. Because I saw memes flying
Yeah,
around
yeah,
everywhere.
He's looking a bit, he put on a bit of pounds, you know. But he's living good.
Yeah,
He's in a relationship as well.
Yeah, that's good. He's happy.
Yeah,
he's eating. He's happy.
He's eating. He's gonna have a nice Valentine's Day today.
Yeah.
And you got to remember that video was what 20 years ago.
It was.
That video.
Wow, 20 years. Go. It's your birthday.
Yeah,
20 years ago. Wow.
I was in college, in Lewisham College, doing sport and rec. So yeah, that was a big performance. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, they came out first.
Oh, da 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 da. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
because when I hear that is one of that's one of the most classic ad-libs of all time. I don't want nobody to tell me nothing. Can that go in top 10 of classic ad-libs? Da 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 da.
Yeah, with Nate Dogg in it.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
But I think his name doesn't get the respect it does because Nate Dogg. Yeah, because he's for hooks and choruses.
Yeah.
He's made many classics on tunes. But yeah, great performance by Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar.
Their chemistry was incredible, right?
Yeah, you can see that they've performed with each other many a times. We're going back to, Gin and Juice. What's my name? 1, 2, 3 to the fold. To Dre,
California Love went hard as
California Love.
Oh my God! But it's the way Snoop Dogg is he's such a legend. It just looks so easy to him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks like he's having a good time all the time. It just looks like 10 people are while he's performing. He just it's so easy for him, man.
Yeah, even when
a legend.
Even when he's doing his verses, he's just so comfortable.
Swagger, just eased
Yeah.
Easy for Snoop, man. Comfortable.
Yeah, Eminem, great performance. I loved Kendrick Lamar's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where he had this, forgot about Dre.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
He had the boxes and the military men and that.
Yeah.
And then It's Gonna Be Alright. Mary J. Blige coming out singing. It's good that they had the 50 Cent.
No more
Mary
drama.
J. Blige. Yeah, Mary J. Blige, because she's in the Power series.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Link up. We've got to get the promotion going in there as well.
Got to get the promotion. It's all interlinked, one way or the other.
NFL's about, isn't it? It's always those commercials. Like that is one of the biggest commercial spots going. The NFL Super Bowl. You get your advert in there.
It's $5 million for 15 seconds.
It's crazy.
So and the LA Rams, they won. Aaron, he did a good tackle at the end to keep the LA Rams ahead. The Cincinnati Bengals, they could have won, but some guy from off the bench, when they did the touchdown, ran up to celebrate with them in his tracksuit like a madman and got 10 points taken off of them.
Oh,
like what?
Lost his marbles.
Yeah, lost his marble, and that cost him
lost
the game.
the motion.
And that was in the second quarter.
He must be holding himself to that. He must be annoyed by that one.
Must be public enemy #1. He's got to leave Ohio now. So the LA Rams won. One of the best defensive liners in history. He's finally got a ring. He's never held one, and he's talking about possibly retiring. But some must be saying he's only 30. He should go on, which I believe he will. But yeah, it was a great performance and a great game of Super Bowl. I stayed up till 4 a.m.
Yeah, I feel you invested.
And I'm still here.
Still going strong.
Come on.
It's still D-Day, Still Dani and Dan Day. You don't know. Great stuff, man. So we're looking forward to more sports, coming up. As I said, a lot of boxing to come, including, a lot of the heavyweight mixes going on. We got Tyson, Dylan White supposed to fight. Hopefully those contracts get sorted out. That gets going. AJ Usyk. Let's see what we've got for time. Let's do a quick. Obviously, those are two of the heavyweight division fights that are pending. From what we know, that one is official, really. Fury, Dylan White. We're waiting for. Dylan's quiet, but I know he's training in camp. He's hard.
No, it's official. It's April 23rd. Yeah.
Oh, the date's official. April 23rd. Cool. We know Usyk, AJ, probably about May time or something like that. Let's go straight into a quick analysis on winners and losers here, man. So boom, AJ, Usyk. Let's go. My opinion, second fight. AJ, I'm going off what I'm seeing out there. From what I know, what I'm seeing, I'm not in their camps or whatnot, but this is what I'm seeing. Like in my mind, I'm watching videos, trying to gather data to kind of think, all right, this is what I feel. Energy, spirit. It's like energies and intuitions coming. You know what I mean? Little things, little interview things you see in an interview can take you, or a little word they say. You know, I wasn't really happy about all the step aside money stuff. You know, because I feel like with the boxers, I feel a lot of them like look. All right, give me an example. Deontay Wilder, he was given some mad amount of, a step aside offer to what was the step aside money? So he wouldn't fight. So he wouldn't fight Fury, right? He was given step aside money.
Oh yeah.
But he said, "Nah, I want that third fight.
Yeah,
I want to fight. I want my shot. Don't rule me out." He's getting bantered. Hard. Remember, hardcore. Like ruled out. Nah, you got no chance. Where is he? He's missing all of that stuff. He said, "Nah, hold on. I'm silent as hell." Remember. Then the third, people didn't even think the fight was going to happen. He was so silent. Yeah. He was missing for ages. Didn't do one interview, nothing. But then, boom, the fight happened. There we went. And he had Fury down twice. And he would look like a drunken ninja. And he still had him down, Fury down. He was like that, and then he'll come back, and then Fury's down. So you know that power in that right hand is a real power. At any time, even when he's about to get knocked out, that power is dangerous at any time. That's what I learned about that fight. And I thought, big up to him, incredible. So when I heard about the step-aside money, I was thinking to myself, I didn't really see that from AJ. I thought, but then I saw an interview on IFL, which I kind of sensed, he's on the business savvy thing. I see what he's on here. He's thinking, he said, depending on what the offer could be, basically. So he's waiting to hear what the offer was. I heard there was offers, I don't know, 15 million or something. Apparently he wanted another 5 million, so Fury didn't agree, so that's why that fight, the step-aside thing didn't happen. But anyway, I feel like you shouldn't really step aside anyway, man. Just take the fight. You're in the momentum and rhythm of the loss. So I feel like you got adrenaline. You just want to come back now. Why wait and then have to think about it playing in your head? Because you already done the thing with Louise. You came back right away and you avenged your loss quickly. Just like Dylan White did against, oh my God, what was I going to say? Give me the name. Dylan White.
And Joshua.
Povetkin. Boom. When he avenged the loss against Povetkin, right away, I feel like you're just tackling your demons instantly, rather than let it play on you, and with the public pressure that you have, all of that. Just go into it, swim at the deep end, and I feel like all your wider fans, no matter what, bro, we're gonna respect you, man. Like it's boxing. I get it. I hear you, money and all that, but it's a business. You're a prize fighter. I hear that. But I feel like. That's a little bit of legacy juice sometimes is cool, you know what I mean? It's cool just to, all on a minute, let me just take this one, McCall, I just want to show this guy, nah. Don't think that it's you beat me once and it's just going to happen, I'm going to step aside and take time out, have a tune up this and tune up that. I'm just going to come back now, beat you, bam, bam, in a way that I should have beat you the first time, really. And that's it. Take my belts back, free time, heavyweight champion of the world. And then you move on again, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to see, really, from AJ. I want him to come back, avenge that loss, and move on. And let's see at AJ against Tyson Fury or a Dylan White. Let's see what happens, innit? Because I feel like, yeah, man, I just feel like he can beat Usyk. And I feel like you have the fundamentals to do it. It's just about your new trainer now comes into play. I don't know who he is.
They still haven't announced him.
Yeah.
But... I see him training with that American coach.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, I see him training with the American coach.
Is it Anthony Chill Wilson?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Going on there.
So he still needs to announce his coach, but maybe he doesn't feel like announcing.
Maybe don't mean.
Maybe not. Might not feel like to. But either way, he needs to get his mind right and correct. He seems like he gets distracted and sometimes overthinks things.
Does. You know why I say that? Not to cut you, because you see him when the Sky Sports camera goes to him on camera, that he says, "But I know what he's doing." No, I think maybe I know what he's doing now. Yeah, you know all right. For people, when you see AJ's fights, you see everyone who watches boxing. You see when he's in the corner and he's talking to his trainer, saying, "Oh, should I hit him with that shot? Or should I do this? He's talking to his trainer for directions." So, but I feel like what he's doing, obviously some fighters don't do that, innit? They hear their trainers talking, they're keeping everything more, they're not saying nothing. But he is doing what some drivers do. Let's do the driver scenario. You know, like talking commentary. When you're driving, you may be tired, So you talk commentary, I'm going to hit this right turn, I'm going to hit this roundabout, so you don't fall asleep. So maybe he's talking out his directions to refocus himself. This is where I feel that could be the solution to that. Because people say, why does he do that? That's odd. Why does he look confused? Why is he like talking out loud before he's about to go back and fight? But I feel like that could be the scenario, you know, just talking out loud to refocus your mind. You know what I mean? Some fighters may do that, you know. But
it doesn't seem to work for him. What I believe it is he's trying to overthink things. And because I don't believe he's a natural boxer, he's more like a choreographed boxer. Hence, he tries to be technical when he's not. He needs to just go out and bring the Watford streets to Alexander Usyk.
Not worry about what's coming back.
Just like what he did when he fought Dillian White. He just come out blasting, bam, bam, brucking him up. Trying to do all this fancy Ali stuff. That's not you, AJ, unfortunately. So you trying to be a choreographed dancer / choreographed boxer is only going to hinder you against somebody who is a naturally skilled pugilist like Alexander Usyk. This is why he will dance rings around you. You need to get back to your bread and butter and come in with the inside fighting and take it to him. Yeah. Yes, you have to be smart. Don't just be gung-ho and face first like an Arturo Gatti, but you do need to bring the heat. You can't be on the outside trying to pop the jab. Yeah, you might be taller and a longer reach, but you haven't got the boxing IQ and you haven't got the fluidity and athleticism like a Alexander Usyk to compete with him in a boxing pugilist type of bout.
Yeah, it's warrior mode for AJ. I feel if AJ does warrior mode, as you said, comes on in the inside, roughs him up, brings the fight to him, uses his size and advantage to just smother Usyk, then he wins easily. That's my prediction with that fight. He wins easily if he does that. But what I don't want him to do is like take some shots from Usyk and then get confused. You know what I mean?
But you have to take shots. You have to take shots. And what you got to do, you've got to make sure you just, you know, I see before he fought Andy Ruiz the second time, he went back to Nigeria. You know, he went in with the people. Yeah. He's got to do that again. He's got to get the spirit of Ogun in him, the spirit of Orisha, the Oya, the Shango, and bring that.
Yeah, don't let the nerve, that's what I'm saying, don't let an attack smother you and take your mentality. Because I feel like when someone gives it back to him, like the Usyk or the Ruiz, that's when he gets in that kind of maybe panic state recently. You know what I mean? Maybe it all started from maybe when the Klitschko, you know, when Klitschko dropped him. Maybe it's like, you know, like when you're getting it back now, this is kind of, you know, a time where you think, oh, all right, maybe I'm a bit, I don't know what should I do next kind of thing. But just be calm. And like when, for instance, I don't know, people have been dropped before, like I don't know, a Fury or
even AJ in the Klitschko fight, and he got up, waited a few rounds, man, and then dealt with him.
That's what I mean. Just more composure. Just go back to more composure that I feel like you used to have a bit more of. Don't let all the flashing lights get to you, bro. Like, it's your time to be a 3-time champion. Like, you really, on paper, you should beat this man really simply. It's like really easily, really.
Yeah.
But it's just like, wow, this cruiserweight has come up and he's become the champ. He's become the main man. He's become the boogeyman now. It's like literally dancing. He's in and out. He's in and out of range quickly. Popping them shots in and out, in and out, in and out. Even Frank Bruno said it to me. It was like in and out. He's in and out, man. He's an in and out fighter. He's not hanging around. You know what I mean? He's dancing.
Yeah, that's what you gotta be.
Yeah, you gotta be on your feet. So, yeah, man. You know, if Usyk's on his feet again, and AJ doesn't correct his style of fighting, I feel Usyk wins the second one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has to close him down at the end of the day.
He has to close him down. And then finally, Tyson Fury, Dillian White. As I've said from the get-go, I've always felt, my instinct said right away that if Dillian, he works the body as he's the body snatcher. He works that body well, keeps tapping to that body, you know, subtly, just keeps tapping to that body and lines him up for that left hook, man. You know what I mean? At some stage, that could be the one. That could be the good night, sleep tight. So that's how I feel Dillian wins it. getting aggressive, roughing Fury up, bringing that same energy I feel that Fury's going to bring to him. He's going to be fighting Crunk style, isn't he?
Yeah, the Kronk style, yeah.
Crunk style. He's not coming there to fight the old style that he used to fight. You think?
I don't know. He might have to go back to that original style because trying to mix it up with somebody like Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's a lot bigger and heavier than a Deontay Wilder, a much better inside fighter than a Deontay Wilder. And as you said, if he gets clapped with the left hook by Dillian Whyte, it could be like that good old famous Jamaican song, Night Nurse. Dun, dun, dun. Big up man like Freddie McGregor. So yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. You're on the same energies. You know that left hook, bro. It's just like bam. I could see Fury, that could be lacing him a good couple times. I think Dylan's gonna be looking for that all night, man. Looking for it. I think Fury could be underestimating Dylan a bit, man. Just the way he's talking. He's a bit. He's saying, he's a smaller fighter. He's a bit slow on his feet. But I feel like he's got to be very wary. Fury's a genius at what he does. He's a great champion.
Yeah.
The war with Wilder 3 times, but now we want to see you fight more guys. I feel, and Dylan's a great test for you, and Dylan's going to give it all he's got. I know that for sure, and it's going to be a. I feel Dylan. That's how Dylan wins, and I think Fury wins more of, just doing what he does, really, like just coming in aggressive, trying to smother Dillian Whyte. He's the bigger man. I feel like he's going to come in aggressive. I feel he's not going to come in trying to. It couldn't be a war, but I feel like he will come in aggressive and trying to knock him out. He'll come in trying to knock him out as well. So someone's getting knocked out, 100%. That ain't going to points. So I feel it could be, who lands first, really, between both men. So we look forward to it, man. We look forward to it. I actually think it's a 50-50, I can't even call a winner on that one. I think it's a 50-50.
Well, on paper, Tyson Fury is the odds-on favourite.
But in your opinion?
He's, the more proven guy, even though Dillian Whyte has beaten a lot of former champions. But in my opinion, it is a 50-50 fight. Yeah, man. And
I hope people don't think man's crazy for saying it, but I think it's 50-50, really.
But I would slightly lean towards Fury as the favourite, but I want Dillian Whyte to win. Yeah. That's who I want to win. I want Dillian to win. Yeah.
I hear you, man. The South London connection, bro. What Dillian Whyte, you don't know, doing his thing locally, representing. Yeah, we want you to bring home that win, man. It would mean a lot as well.
Yeah,
for the legacy.
I used to do doors with him as well.
Yeah, man. Big up Dillian Whyte for the legacy. It would be incredible for the victory, bro. Bring that home. Take that. Bring it home to South London, and achieve your dream. Because I've looked at your career and you've done really well. From probably fighting, on early cards where I was hearing you weren't getting too much money to fight on these cards, and he built his reputation up. Fight after fight, got serious with training. Now trains like an absolute beast, and he just took hard fight after hard fight. Never stopped on a chill back, relaxed fight. Take some time off. Kept fighting, fight after fight, supporting his fighters as well, bringing other fighters up on his cards. People like John Harding Jr., other fighters, helping his team grow. Dean White doing his thing as well, and just bringing through his community at the same time of boxing. Future men in the sports, promoters, as well as boxers, and building everybody. And you can see that he's been doing that. It's been bigger than just like, sometimes in media commentary they will say to him, why is he fighting another guy? Why didn't he just chill and just wait for his mandatory? But I know what you're doing. You're building up your whole squad. You're building your team that's around you. You're not like, that, like, you know what I mean? Things have got to move. So that's what you're doing. You're keeping it moving, as we say in the world. You're keeping it moving.
Yeah, and you got to keep busy. And he's bringing through guys like John Harding, Alan Babbage, Fabio Wardley, Yusuf Kamari. Yeah,
you can see it, man. If you look closely, you see what he's building. It's legacy. It's called legacy, and this will cement it. He's done great. even if he doesn't win it, he's had a great career and he's paid box office, killing it, doing his thing. But he's the young man, you know, I'm sure there'll be more opportunities. But this is his moment, man. I feel like, yeah, bro, bring it over South London, bro. Like, hit him with that left hook. Sleep tight, night. Yeah, man. On that note, Sports with Blake podcast, episode 4. It's been great. Jojo, the cameraman, every time. You know, myself, Dan Blake Voice. Follow me on Dan Blake TV on YouTube. Subscribe. All of that good stuff for the Sports with Blake podcast and the Voices with Blake podcast. Dani Glover in the building, episode 4. Appreciate you coming down, my guy.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, man.
Much appreciated.
Love. All good talking sports. Give out your socials one last time for the people then.
You can follow me at Fightfantvlive, all one word, on Instagram, also on YouTube, Fightfantvlive.
Yeah, now.
Sports with Blake.
On Dan Blake TV on YouTube.
Dan meets sports fanatics and some of the biggest sports entertainment stars